Salalah is a port city in the south of Oman near the border with Yemen. There are very nice resorts on the fringes of the city. They have villas, hotels, and apartments for living or renting out. I've only ever been to Salalah for work, not for holidays, so I always stay in the center of the city. If I'm able to finish up early, I try to head to one of these nice touristy hotels or areas for an afternoon on the coast. These images are from one of the resort areas, not the city center where I always stay. When you're in the outskirts of Salalah, you really have to keep your eyes peeled. When you see a camel warning sign, it has to be taken seriously. Due to its geographic location, Salalah has very cool summers when the rest of Arabia is baking. From mid-June to mid-September, Salalah is full of tourists experiencing its remarkable weather. I've never been to Salalah during this season. It's called Kharif season, but I hope to make it one year.
So luckily I was able to finish my work a bit early today, so I was able to come out to the beach. I don't even know the name of the beach. I just saw it on a map this morning right before I left the hotel, and I thought I'll just drive out and try and find it, and I did. It's really nice. I want to go for a swim, but I'm a bit worried because the waters are looking a bit choppy, so I'm not going to risk it this time.
I almost never use GPS, and I rarely do in-depth research before I set out to discover new places. This time, I perused one of the magazines in my hotel room, and it showed me that there was a nice-looking beach on the south side of Salalah, just past the port. I've only been to the north of the city on my previous trips, so this time I decided to follow signs to the south. I didn't remember the name of the beach, and I just followed roads along the coast until I found a beach. It was really breathtaking, and I wish I could have stayed a bit longer. I'm hoping at some point to be able to take an actual holiday to Salalah and not just trying to squeeze in an afternoon after finishing up work. I was feeling really bad for this fish. I didn't know if I should try to toss it back in to the water, but I had nothing with which to pick it up, and I didn't want to use my hands. However, as I suspected, the surf came in to reclaim it for the sea. So, happy ending. I actually didn't make it to the beach that I saw in the hotel magazine. It was probably another 30 minutes south, but without a map and not knowing how far I'd driven, I didn't really know how close I was to the border with Yemen. And one thing about Salalah is that I think because of the proximity with Yemen, there's a lot of military presence in the city, so I'm always a bit more circumspect about where I will just go because I don't want to have an encounter with the military.
Still exploring the southern part of Salalah. I'm driving a bit more closer to the Yemeni border. I'm not really sure if I can go any further. It's not clear from the signage whether or not I'm supposed to stop. And I know it's quite clear to Yemen, so I think based on that, I'm just going to turn around and start heading back. I've got to catch my flight in about 4 hours anyway, so That's it for now from Salalah.
Sometimes when you read signs in Oman, it feels like someone typed Arabic into Google Translate and then just painted whatever came out onto a sign. You aren't always sure exactly what it means. So as I was driving south, I wanted to continue, but I saw sort of a cryptic sign. I wasn't quite sure what it was trying to tell me. And I decided that, given what's happening with restrictions on movement, that I would just turn around and I wouldn't go any further. It was only once I got back home to Muscat and I was able to look up the beach where I went, I realized it wasn't the beach I was actually aiming for. So next time I go back to Salalah, I'll definitely go in the same direction and drive a bit further with a hope of getting closer to the other beach that I saw, because that part of the country is really very beautiful.